Hi, welcome to the fifth of the mystery play tips and advice videos. Today, I want to talk about solo clues. I previously talked about having three clues and multiple routes through an adventure, and all of that assumes that you are the GM and you are creating a mystery for the players to solve. Solo clues are the complete opposite. It turns the whole thing on its head. And the reason for that is if you're solo playing and you've created all these clues and you know who the villain is, it kind of takes away the whole point of the fun of the mystery is solving the mystery. Whereas with solo, if you construct this briefing and give yourself the an interesting start to the adventure with some opportunities of how to proceed. Um, you create clues on the fly by asking the oracle. Your typical oracle is going to give you a kind of definite no to a definite yes, and then shades of grey in between. So if you're going to be using your forensic skills to search for fingerprints, and you roll the oracle and it says definite yes, then that's going to be a good clean thumbprint, say. Or you can you know use your forensic skill first, and on success you then ask the oracle, what do you find? And if it says definite yes, you get a really good print. If you kind of get a maybe sort of or a yes but, then you can say, oh, that's only a partial print. Or you get prints, but they're confused because there's been other people there. And then you can kind of, well, actually, no, a yes, but would be kind of say a partial print. Then you go down to, if you get a no, but you might interpret as being a confusion of prints, and you can't really tell what it is. And then you can go down to the no and say, well, and the whole thing's been wiped clean, which is in itself a clue, but it doesn't help you. It just elevates the skill level of the criminal to the point where an amateur criminal leaves forensic evidence everywhere. The professional has cleaned it, sanitized the crime scene, and it changes the nature of the investigation. And then that is a clue. It's changed the oracle changes the nature of it. And so in as you're building a solo mystery, you're using your skills and you're asking the oracle, and the oracle is giving you the clues or shaping your clues. And so what I do is I just have a list, and everything I think is a clue I add to my list, and then I look at the list and I form a hypothesis, and then I go looking for the clues to prove the hypothesis. But as I'm trying to prove it, I'm asking the oracle, and the more definite I am, I can increase the likelihood and say I'm more likely to be right. If all of these clues point to, Miss Scarlet's being, having used the lead pipe in the library, then the more definite I am on that, the more likely it is. So the more likely the oracle is going to confirm it. So I didn't need to prepare any clues because I was using skills and I was using the oracle, and it was deriving it as I went, which of course is the complete opposite approach to being organized enough to run the mystery for your players, where you kind of have to have a clue, a backup clue, and a backup for your backup clue. And if it all goes wrong, the villain walks in with a gun and says you're getting too close. So yeah, so mysteries for solo games are a completely different beast. And if you've got players that really, really ask you lots of questions and really challenge you, then you could use that approach in a group game. But there's a risk that if they don't ask the questions, that you aren't going to be able to provide the answers, and you're not going to be able to improvise the answers if they haven't asked the question. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you for watching.